How to fix a bracup to the lining part of my fabric. So this is my bust here and this is my bracup. What I'll do is I'll fold them together like so. Then I'll notch the mid part up, and I'll also notch the down part also. So why I'm notching this part is I'm going to put at the seam allowance, so it will guide me so that I will not make mistake. So what I will do is I'm going to measure my under bust. You see, my under bust is 14.5, so I'll just mark my under bust 14.5 out. Then I'll mark out my bust point. My bust point is 11. I'll mark that out. Okay, it will serve as a guide so that I will not make mistake. So you mark out your own under bust and your own bust point. Then you place that notch part in the middle of that seam allowance. That allowance that I make, that seam allowance, you place at the middle. Then you use your pin to hold it. You see, so that it will be equal. You use your pin to hold that down. So then at the mid part of your bust point, you place it at that bust point. Yes, at the bust point I mark, you place the bracup midpoint at the midpoint of your lining. Then you pin that down like you see. So I've already pinned that down. So I'll also arrange that middle part of the upper one at the seam allowance like you see I'm doing. So you make sure you arrange it, then you pin it down. Okay, you pin that down. So you make sure you arrange the lining, your fabric or your lining part, arrange it so that it will not stick together or squeeze. So you make sure you smoothen out that part, then you pin it down. You pin that down. So after pinning that down, then I'll just start sewing. I'll start sewing where I pin. You see, I'll sew that place. Yes. So I'm sewing. You see, I'll remove the pin and sew. I'll continue sewing. So the reason why I like sewing the bracup to the lining is that I like sewing to the lining. I don't like sewing to the main fabric because of these sewn stitches that you see here. I don't want it to show on my main fabric. I want my main fabric to be neat. They will not know that I sew bracup at all. So that is why I like sewing the bracup to the lining part. So let me hide all my dirty work in the lining. Okay, so my fabric will be okay. So you see, I'll continue sewing where I pin. So I've sewn. As you sew, you remove the pin. So see, I've already sewn the bracup to the lining part of my fabric. I'll sew the middle one. So you see, I've done. So I'll just remove the pin. You see, that's how to sew your bracup. So I'll turn it to the other side. So you see my bracup. So when I put it on, it's going to bring out the shape of my bust.